bag chase. When you down to your last, you in last place. Run it up, put it in the safe. I gotta keep it low key, stay up out the way. Savage.
What up, world? It's your boy Pay, and today I'm going to give you guys that part 2 on how I got into trading. This part right here will be up to, I guess, what I stopped at December when I initially got into trading seriously, up until today of, I guess we could say May. So when I first initially got in, it was a lot of things going on new in the market with brokers getting taken off of MetaTrader, and that's mainly what I wanted to trade on because that's what I was accustomed to back in the day and what I first was originally, seeing people trade on. So, like, I was getting confused. I didn't really know what was going on. I had to do a little bit of research, and I noticed that, we're having problems with brokers. What should I say? Not brokers, but we're having problems with unregulated brokers in the U.S. right now. So I kind of got in at a weird time, we could say. So as I'm figuring that out, I come across, I want to say, what's his name? QB Stu. I think he was promoting Sway Markets and they was regulated. So I ended up starting off using Sway Markets for a long time. So I was putting just small amounts, 100, 200, nothing crazy. I was flipping those accounts. I was making 100 to 200, 2 to 3, whatever the case is. Everything was going fine. I mean, of course, I'm sorry, but of course I was still losing that money because I was sitting there over trading all day. I didn't really understand the walk away process yet. I was just like, everybody said you gotta get your hours, you gotta get your hours, you gotta get your chart hours. So to me, it was just me getting my chart hours. But really, I should have had those boundaries set in stone in the beginning from like what times I would be trading like I do now. But in the beginning, you're gonna make some mistakes and you're gonna learn. I'm still in the beginning of the process. I'm not speaking like from an expert, point of view or anything. I'm still trying to become a full-time trader. So yeah, at that time I was over trading a lot, just like I said, trying to get my chart out. So that's what I thought I needed. Like I said, the money I was making at 80 to 100, maybe I think I made like 186 one time in a day off a $200 deposit. But to me, it just wasn't like fulfilling because that's just money I was kind of spent on a regular. Not saying anything crazy, but it's just like, to me, that's just on daily life, like just eating gas in the car, just daily living, dog food, whatever. So I wasn't really valuing the money. So to me, it's just like, let's just keep trading to see how much more we can make. But I also wasn't, at that time, I didn't really have any setups or anything like that. So, times go on doing that. And then it comes the day where, I can say I make my first $1,000 trade. So, and maybe I could deep dive in how that happened. So what's so crazy about that, I want to say it was a Friday. I was ready to get up. I was sleeping, ready to get up to go to work. And I had a dream. And it was just like, it was a dream of the charts. And it was just falling to the gates of hell. And I woke up and I was like, damn, that's crazy. I'm having dreams about the charts. That's all at the beginning, It was like a certain setup. So, I go to work, Sunday come around, I get home. I'm analyzing the chart in Asian session, and I'm seeing this what do they call it? It's like a flag. So, and I'm like, dang, this is like the same thing I seen in the dream. So I ended up putting for some reason, I just had a good feeling about it. So I ended up putting 500 into my account. This is the most I ever deposited in an account. So I put that 500 in. I actually entered the trade at a good high point in Asian session. I think around London, it just fell. So that 500 turned to 15. But me not understanding, take your money and go about your day, I got greedy. So I'm like, okay, I made 1,000. About 1,300 was the high of the P&L of that day. And I'm just like, man, I need to make my rent. Let's see if I can hit 18 in profit. Just hold it, not understanding, take your money. You just made, a good amount over here in profit. Take your money and go about your day. But I'm like, no, I need to make 1,800. That's like my rent, so I can just pay my rent off that profit. That's how I'm looking at it. So end up getting up to about 1,500 in total with the 500 I deposit. Maybe 18, but I wanted 15 in profit total, not all together with my deposit. So eventually it comes back up. So it's coming back up. I close it out at 1,000. And then I let it go back up. And I'm like, no, it's going to keep falling. I'm believing it's like what they say, like you come in the market and you want it to do what you feel like it should do. So I'm like, it's gonna keep falling, it's gonna keep falling. So I re-enter, lose some money, re-enter, lose some money. I think I actually stopped doing that once I got to 800. So once I got to 800, I said, cool, I'm done. All right, I'm done for the night. But the next day, next morning, come back to New York session, trade some more, and blow it all. I think I ended up pulling my money out at 500 with my initial deposit. 'Cause I was like, everything is gone at this point, But for me, that was just like the confidence I needed to know, like, okay, it's real. You can make money, like like that's what like made me lock in even more. It wasn't even at the time, like even now, it's not about the money for me in my trading journey. It's about learning, understanding myself at this point because the technicals of trading is very easy. You know what I'm saying? Very easy. So after that, I think I kept trading on my own capital for a little bit, and then I think January came around or something like that, and Sway market was acting a little weird. Where when I was pulling up my charts, it was just frozen, or the whole chart was frozen. Like when I tried to switch pairs or something, it wasn't popping up. So that kind of took me away from Sway markets a little bit because I'm like, oh, this is kind of weird. Like what's going on? I think I had a problem with my deposit one day too, also. So I didn't trade for a little bit. I ended up switching to prop firms. So I ended up buying like a 10K account for like $100. I think with a Blue Guardian. I did like Blue Guardian, the funded trader also. What's so crazy about the funded trader? I was doing that before I switched to futures. I switched to futures around February, and right when I switched to futures, like maybe a couple weeks or whenever it happened, the funded trader get taken off in MetaTrade, and I'm like, dang, that's crazy. Like I already blew the accounts, you know what I'm saying? I was blowing those accounts easily all the time, just overtrading, trying to get to that 8%. They have high daily target profits. Well, profit target, not daily, but whatever, you know what I mean. But yeah, they have higher targets to reach the past their phases. So that ended up pushing me into the futures. You know what I'm saying? Then I got into Nasdaq, and I was like, okay, I like Nasdaq. It's more, it's more volume, more volatility in this market. I could kind of make my money quicker than sitting in a forex trade all day. Like, and I have to be to work. And New York session starts what 9:30. I have to be out my house and the truck by 10:30. So I didn't have all day to sit there at those charts and wait for trades to play out. And Nasdaq was something. Once I started trading it, because in the beginning when I looked at it, I was like, this is so confusing. There's so much movement. Like, what is going on here? But as time progressed and I got into like February, I was like, okay, I kind of see the charts differently, because I spent about we can get into. I was doing this 7 days a week, no sleep, like probably like 4 hours. Only time I was getting sleep was when I was in the truck. But other than that, at home, 4 hours of sleep. Like I was on the charts, studying, losing money, a lot of money. Courses, a lot of courses. I brought Doyle's course. I took Q's course. Who else? Pip and Dip course. There's a guy called Dr. Dollar. I seen on Instagram. His course is like 15. I took his course. So I took a lot of courses, and I'm just the one that kind of stuck with me. Oh snap! Is this still recording? I'm sorry, my computer screen went black, but yeah, I hope this is still recording. But yeah, so I was taking a lot of courses, a lot of them, and man, that just messed me up. But yeah, the one that really stuck with me and I'm sticking with to now, the strategy is Doyle's. That one I like simple. Like Q's course, it may work for others, but for me, it's too technical. It's too much stuff drawn on the map. It makes my brain hurt. Nothing against his strategy, but for me personally and how I like to trade, I like simplicity on my charts. Not too much, too many lines, too many trend lines. I don't use none of that. Just supply and demand. I just like that. It works for me, and I like it. And I just want to master that for now. But yeah, and that leads, like I said, that leads me up into getting into futures because of all the prop firms getting taken off MetaTrader, the brokers. So I really didn't have nowhere to go. I didn't know how I could trade because I didn't know what to trust. So that's what actually made me start looking into futures. I actually brought a course from, I think his name is Javier. Yeah, I brought his futures course and went over that. And I was like, okay, I'm going to get into trading. And then I found out about Top Step. And I was like, instead of putting my money, because it does take more money to trade futures. So I was like, well, instead of putting a whole bunch of money while I'm still in the learning process, I'm just going to, focus on Top Step. And it's like, at the time, you get a 100K account for what? $100 a month. I was like, Forex, these things are like 500-600. So you telling me I got basically 5 months to even equal up to the same price of one account. So that's what made me get into Top Step while I'm in the learning process. And also then as I started getting into prop firm space, it's like, okay, this is an easier way for me to try to get funded, build some capital, take that capital out and fund my live accounts instead of taking my hard-earned money and putting it, even though I'm still spending my hard-earned money on these prop firm challenges, but I know what I spent right now, I know in the long run I'm going to make it 100 times more, what I spent. So it's all good. And that kind of leads me up to right now where we're in the process, we're getting way better than where I started. Like I look at my old stuff and I'm like, dude, you didn't know what you was doing. Like when I look at that trade where I made $1,000, like how the fuck did you do that? Like really just got lucky. Like I said, I told you the story, but it's like, bro, you got fucking lucky. But yeah, that's going to be the end of this video, I believe. And I don't know what's up next. I'm just kind of waiting on my camera to give you guys I'm going to start giving you guys some daily vlogs and stuff. Once I get that camera in, and I'm going to have an arm so I don't have to hold my mic. Hopefully my audio is better today since I'm holding it a little closer. And also, I have to tell you, join the VIP network, man. Come with us, join us, talk to us every morning, 9 a.m. to 11 p.m., man. Be around some like-minded people. Man, they're helping me every day become a better trader. Really, for me, a lot, too, is they're helping me be patient at the market. That's something I had a problem with. I used to force trades. That's why I had this other account where if I want to be undisciplined, go ahead. Be undisciplined on that account. But the other ones, the other 250Ks and 100K, we're not doing that, But, yeah, come join the VIP. The link will be in the description below. And until next time, I'll see you later.